ازيكم. Missed you all, and I had a plan to record this video on the boat, but in the retreat, the Soul Incubator last week, but my voice was completely almost gone, and I could hardly talk, so I decided to shoot it when I come back. Today's video is going to be كمان related to my retreat last week, because it was about our goals and achieving our goals. And one of the most important goals that we all want to achieve is successful relationships. Let that be business, personal, as in your partner, your family, your friends, and so on and so forth. And there's a lot of issues that pop up when it comes to relationships. One of the areas we covered was values, because most of the time what we hear, I'm not understood, I'm not heard, I'm not respected. And if you want to be heard, you need to choose to hear, listen to people, not only hear. If you want to be understood, you need to first understand people. But how can I understand people if I do not understand myself? And one of the very important area that we would need to focus and put energy and effort into understanding who we are. And what can help us understand that is our code of conduct, our values, our core beliefs. Because our beliefs are amazing and great, but the specific values that would hit like a chord, or it hit home when you listen to it, this is a very specific value that will unleash your true self. Let me explain. For example, I figured out my own values through my struggles, because I was not living a value that I was not aware that was a value to me. So self-expression was a very important value. For those of you who don't know me before, years ago, I was an extremely introvert person. I was very shy. I could not kind of express myself. If the phone would ring in our home when I was a child, I would not pick up the phone because I was not able to talk to people. Yes, that was me years ago. And this is me today, after I figured out the importance of self-expression in my life. Once you understand your values, it's almost like the password to your full potential self, but you first have to connect to your true self. Who am I? What values govern my life? Once you identify them, and for those of you who are interested, you can go to my website, subscribe to my mailing list, and I'm going to send you a guideline, a list of the core values. You need to sit with sit with yourself, identify the 5 that score the most. What are the most important 5 values for me? And once you do that, I would like you to rate them. 0, never. 1, rarely. 2, sometimes. 3, often. I rarely live this value. I never live this value. I sometimes live this value, or I'm always living that value. And as I always say, before we add, we need to subtract. Before you say, okay, I need to do this to live my value, first identify, what am I doing that does not allow me to live that value? I'm not being transparent. I'm not honoring, like people's space, whatever. See what comes to you and identify what needs to be eliminated, and then set some actions to start living that value. The very interesting thing that happened during the retreat, I had one of my clients and we were working on that. And yesterday she sent me a message and she said, Naveen, you will not believe, I received from someone, so she was struggling with that person. She received the values of that person in an image that it's as if that person was with us in the retreat. That takes us to another very important thing, the power of intention and focus. So once she gave herself that gift of her own attention, creating that space and time to understand, who is she? What are her values? She was ready to understand the other party. And the minute that happened, it was mirrored. Our relationships mirror where we are in life. So if you're struggling in a relationship, don't fall into the trap of what's going wrong in the relationship. Understand what's going wrong in my relationship with myself. What's going wrong in my understanding. If you want understanding, give understanding to the other and to yourself. If you want kindness, give yourself kindness. Be kind to yourself and don't keep on blaming yourself. And also offer kindness to the other party. So as I said, I would like you each to go ahead and work on your own values, your own password to your path, your own password to your full potential self. And go to my website, www.nivuforlife.com. Subscribe to the newsletter. I'll get a message and I'll send you the list of values, and you can go ahead and work that assignment. It will give you so much clarity about yourself, about the others in your life. Thank you very much, and see you next week.